the stem and the flower. Now, what am I speaking of? I am speaking of woman. And what I'm saying is of great concern not only to woman, but to man. For man must do some recognition in his own experience in what I'm going to say, and woman must also recognize something in what I'm going to say. The stem is the woman that you are. The flower is the female that arises out of the woman. The woman that you are is made by time and experience. The woman carries a considerable load of past, time, and all the experiences that she's had, especially in connection with love or the lack of it. So the woman that you are, that you think you are, is made by time and experience. Whereas the female that's in you, which is your flower, for the woman is your stem, and the flower arises out of the stem, and that is your radiance. And the female in you is made by God. So there's quite a distinction there, you'll see. The woman is in existence, and the female is only in existence in the woman, but she is an essence, a flowering of the woman. And while a woman remains just a woman, she is not her flower. And you can't consciously be your flower, for it is like God. It is spontaneous. And it is like woman, like female is. And I can only describe to you what female is in my experience. And let's see, man, if you recognize it. And let's see, woman, if you recognize it. The female is just simply beautiful. It is what I, as man, truly love, I have seen in woman. I love woman's body and have loved woman's body, truly loved her. But why did I love woman's body passionately and wondrously, discarding myself so that I could be in the beauty that was in her body? I loved her so that I would manifest or see, understand as you hear me talking now, the female. That what I love in woman is the female in her. This extraordinary thing that is not conscious, not aware, and not self-aware as woman is. Woman, by the very nature of having been made by time and experience, is reflective. She reflects on the past, does woman. And she expresses the past in her emotions and her doubts and fears, made by time and made by experience, which she reflects on. But the female doesn't have any experience and is not in time essentially in herself. She is just in time inasmuch as she rises out of the woman's body, or she appears in the woman's body, but she's not subject to time. And she doesn't reflect, because being like God, which is immediate, she is spontaneous. And what is this female? Well, it is the hair on the back of her head. You know, the softness of the hair. And the way, when she does her hair, it just comes up, or it falls down, even if she has those little things, you know, that she hangs down here. It is so beautiful to see it. And she has a smile that's just immediate, smile that just says, no care, no wonder, I just love. That's the female smile. And the light in the eyes when she loves. Is there anything more beautiful than the light in the eyes of a woman, which is the female, you know, when she loves, when she woos, when she says, I love you? Not as the woman, but as the female who has no doubts, no fears, because she's the flower of the woman. She comes out of the woman. And what I'm saying is, to woman, first of all, you must, where I come from, for you and for God and for man, as much as possible, be the female that you are. You must be just spontaneous. You must give up your emotion. You must give up your poor opinion of yourself, because that's in the woman, as much as you can. I'm not saying you can give it all up. I'm not saying you need to give it all up for the female to appear. But as much as you can, you address all the negativity, which of course is part of the woman. You know that woman. It's terrible, made by time and experience, which you can reflect on, and terrible. Whereas your flower, this female thing, that just to see it, you know, in any woman, when she's standing there or when she's walking past, it's to see it. It's a spiritual, it's a psycho, meaning a pure psyche thing and spiritual thing, a God thing, that we love. And all the women on the front of the glossy magazines endeavour to present the female that they are. You know, the painted lips, the rouged up face, the hairdo and all the rest of it, and looking beautiful with the light behind the eyes, the hair, giving them a sort of halo look, or coming on the face, and all this stuff. They're endeavouring to present to you the female, and we say, oh, isn't she beautiful? But not if we know the female. That's not female. That's an attempt to be female by phony ways, by men and women using phony ways. And you can't fool a man when it comes to a female, but you can fool a sexual man, because he can't see the female. All he ever sees before him is the vagina, the sexual man. That doesn't mean that any man can't have a love of the vagina. Why not? You can have a love of the vagina. But the idea of loving the vagina, which is every man's love, whether he knows it or not, is to travel up the vagina into the womb. That's the man should travel up the vagina into the womb. But most men spend their lives in the blooming vagina, playing around all their life in the vagina, pleasing themselves, pleasing the insecurity in the woman, and giving a pleasure, no doubt a pleasure, but not travelling, not doing the salmon trick. You know, the salmon represents all of man and woman's truth, comes out of natural existence. And when I mention the salmon trick is man swimming up the vagina. You know how the salmon swims up this fast running stream, and then by some miracle can go up a waterfall which is falling down, which is beyond our comprehension, but apparently is not beyond some sort of dynamic explanation. But at the same time, That's what man does. He's supposed to do in the vagina. He's supposed to love it. He's supposed to really, really love it. And how are you going to travel up the vagina into the womb where the female is? Because that's the womb of life, remember? All life comes out of woman's womb.